What's up? What's up, everybody? So far, Rose is the only person here. That's all good. The rest of you guys can watch this later on the replay. I had some questions on some of the best options when it comes to low-calorie condiment swaps, when it comes to certain things we might put on our food for taste, and that we want to try to incorporate into our lives, but do it in a healthier, low-calorie manner. Right? So I wanted to create this quick training. So for those of you that watch this later on, I want you to comment replay down below. I also want you to let me know which of these condiment swaps you're going to go with and start moving forward with. So first off, if you like ketchup, I got to tell you something. Ketchup is very high in sugar. Now you can get low sugar ketchup, but interesting story. We actually used to use ketchup or tomato paste in prison to make alcohol because of the high sugar content. Yes, it is that high in sugar that you can actually make alcohol and get drunk off of ketchup. They don't taste that good, but it serves the purpose. That being said, putting ketchup on your food can increase the amount of calories because of the amount of sugar it has within it. So instead of using ketchup, I suggest using salsa, right? Salsa is made with fresh vegetables. So this is going to give you that great alternative to ketchup. Still going to give you that tomato taste, right? But without that added sugar. Another good option, if you like sandwiches, if you like burgers, things like that, instead of using mayonnaise, switch it out for avocado, right? So avocado provides healthy fats, and this can be a great substitute instead of mayonnaise on things like sandwiches or other types of recipes. It doesn't taste the same, but it does bring up the nutritional content of whatever you're eating. Instead of putting mayonnaise in it, you can put avocado in there. On top of that, if you want to replace your mayonnaise, there is low-fat mayonnaise as well, but also switching out mayonnaise for mustard, right? It changes the flavor a little bit, but mustard is a lot lower in calories and fat compared to mayonnaise. Now, for those of you that like to eat some Mexican food and you like sour cream on your food, you can actually take some flavor-free or some vanilla Greek yogurt and switch that out. So non-fat Greek yogurt is high in protein, and it's a healthy swap instead of sour cream for both recipes or as a topping. So you want to make some chicken nachos, instead of putting sour cream, you put some non-fat Greek yogurt. It's going to bring your protein content up while bringing your calories down. So another thing you can do, right, is if you like to eat salads, which Rose is eating a salad right now, we have a few different options when it comes to your salads. First off, going for a light or fat-free salad dressing is always going to be your best option if you're trying to stick with salad. But it's crazy because the serving size of a salad is 1 or 2 tablespoons, which is not that much. So the average person is probably putting 5 or 6 servings of salad dressing on their food. So before you know it, you've actually put 400 calories just dressing on this nice, healthy salad, right? Instead of focusing on a light or fat-free salad dressing, but also using something as simple as vinegar or lemon juice for your salad instead of salad dressing is a great way to decrease the calories while increasing flavor, right? Because both vinegar and lemon juice can add flavor to your salads without the added sugars and the fats that are found in most commercial dressings, right? So taking a lemon squeeze, a lime squeeze, and squeezing it over the top of your salad can bring that flavor up while decreasing the calories of that salad, so that the salad actually stays low calorie. We think to ourselves, oh, I'm going to eat a salad. Salads are super healthy. Cool. The bag of salad is probably only 30 calories, but then you throw some dressing on top of it. Now it's 500 calories really quick. Okay. Another thing is you can, instead of using salt, which increases your sodium, you can use fresh herbs, right? So by reducing your sodium intake, it's often very beneficial for your heart health, right? For your blood pressure. And using fresh herbs can take out the salt while increasing the flavor. So finding a fresh herb that you like, a flavor that you like, and using that instead of salt will bring the flavor up on what you're eating while decreasing the sodium and making a much healthier option. Now, here's one that most people wouldn't think of, but using applesauce for your sugar, right? So if you're baking something and it calls for sugar, you can actually use unsweetened applesauce, and this will serve as a healthier substitute for sugar when baking. So utilizing that unsweetened applesauce as your sugar substitute will bring flavor to whatever it is you're baking. It'll bring a sugary taste to whatever you're baking, but it won't bring the high calories that actual pure cane sugar will bring to what you're baking. Now, some baking recipes, they're going to call for frosting. So taking some mashed bananas, running them through a blender and creating a banana paste, right? So like in some baking recipes, mashed ripe bananas can provide a natural sweetness and moisture instead of a high sugar frosting. You just have to make sure the consistency stays well so you can smear it over there. But bananas are always a great option to replace a sugar substitute. And here's a big one that I didn't actually ever really learn about until I went vegan. And those of you that are on a more plant-based diet, you're gonna love this one. It's called nutritional yeast, right? So instead of cheese, you can use nutritional yeast, right? And this is a popular swap for vegans or those that are looking to reduce your dairy intake. So nutritional yeast has a nutty, cheesy flavor. It is a great source of B vitamins, and it can actually increase the protein on what you're eating. It comes in a powdered form, and you sprinkle it on top of what you're eating. Sometimes I like to sprinkle it on top of my salad to bring a little bit more flavor and protein into it. It has a nice, nutty, cheesy taste to it, so it brings that flavor to it. But you're taking out the fat that you find within cheese. Cheese is great for protein because it's made out of milk, right? But if you're trying to decrease your dairy or you're trying to decrease the amount of calories and fat you eat each day, adding nutritional yeast into your life can be a great option. And then switching out chocolate chips for cacao nibs, right? So they have a bit of a bitter flavor, but those nibs are packed with more antioxidants and don't contain the added sugar of chocolate chips. So getting pure cacao instead of chocolate chips brings down the chocolate, the sugar content, and therefore brings down your calories, right? And so the goal here is not to completely get rid of the things we like. The goal is to say, okay, if I change this small thing, because here's what happens. If we go through this list right here and we say, okay, I'm going to put ketchup on one thing and mayonnaise on another thing, and then I'm going to use some salad dressing on my salad and some sour cream on my burrito, right? And then some sugar. And before you know it, you've had an extra 1,000 calories for the day instead of replacing or switching some of these out. So by taking some of these suggestions I just gave you, the list will also be posted with this video in the group and saying, okay, this suggestion might not work for me, but this suggestion over here can work for me, and finding those options. Another thing, if you go shopping and you do have certain condiments you're just not willing to get rid of, looking for the sugar-free, the non-sugar added, the light or the fat-free option, those are your best options. So like let's say barbecue sauce. Barbecue sauce has a lot of sugar in it, but you can get sugar-free barbecue sauce that doesn't have as many calories. So you don't have to completely get rid of barbecue sauce. You can just get rid of the excess sugar that comes with it. Same like I said earlier about the salad dressings. It's crazy because 2 tablespoons of salad dressing of like I'll use what's it called, the ranch dressing, Hidden Valley I think it's called, or something like that, right? So the ranch dressing that we have at my house right now, just go off what's going on in my house right now. Ranch dressing at my house, I got 2 ranch dressings. I got the one that everyone else eats, and I got the one that I eat, right? So I got the light dressing and they got the regular dressing. Okay, that dressing for 2 tablespoons is 140 calories. My dressing for 2 tablespoons is like 80 calories, right? So it's 60 calories less. But generally speaking, we're looking at 2 to 3 servings in a large salad. I eat my salads pretty large, so I'm saving myself about 300 calories by switching to that. Right? I save myself those 300 calories, and now my numbers don't go over, but I still have a nice, tasty salad to finish off the day. Right? So making these small adjustments, and of course, it's important to determine what works best in your life. And if you want to eat these higher calorie items, finding the lower calorie version, but then also being able to formulate them into your macros, into your numbers for the day, will help you see the results you're looking for. So I hope that you did find value in today's training. It's a very short one because I only had 10 swaps for you today, right? I want to keep it nice and simple. I don't want to flood you with too much stuff at once. So that being said, does anyone have any questions on anything we just talked about right now or anything else moving forward? If you do, raise your hand using the reactions button. Love to answer your question real quick before we end this call. What's up, Bianca? Let's talk.
Hey, sorry for getting here late. I was taking a bath with the baby. So for sugar replacement, I know in the past, I was trying to do that and it gave me some kind of stomach issues. So to clarify, you said banana was a good substitute?
Yeah, so if you're baking certain things, adding smashed bananas or even applesauce for a sugar substitute can be utilized when you're baking certain things. It's really good for baking, right? For adding flavor.
Okay. And then what's a substitute that you recommend for like Starbucks or coffee?
Making it at home. That would be my suggestion. That would be my
Okay.
biggest suggestion. So, first off, I personally don't use creamers and all that stuff, right? But definitely there are low calorie, right? So if we're talking about like if we're talking about creamer, okay, you
Mm-hmm.
can get the low calorie, you can get the sugar free, you can get the almond milk creamer. Almond milk is going to be less calories than regular milk, right? Sugar free is going to be less than, and now I think that when you had some stomach issues before, it was with I think the sugar free creamers. So
Yeah.
it was potentially if it was aspartame or if it was saccharin or it was monk fruit, depending what sugar substitute they used on that creamer, that could have been the cause of your stomach issues. But at the same time, if we think about, okay, maybe you get one that still has sugar in it, but you get the almond milk version, it could bring your calories down as well. Also, a good suggestion I can give you that would actually help you bring your calories down while increasing your protein intake is to use a protein shake as your powder, right? So either getting a pre-made carton of protein, right? Making your coffee and pouring that in there to bring flavor to it. Now you have a flavorful coffee and you've increased your protein, right? Or if you don't have that option, you can also use a protein powder and mix a protein powder as well. It is a little bit harder to mix because it's in a small coffee cup. You might want to put it in I don't know where it's at. Hold on. You might want to put it in your shaker cup, mix it up. That way you have your coffee and your protein at the same time.
Okay.
Does that help?
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Anything else?
Um, I'm trying to think of everything that I eat every day or drink every day. Oh, so there's three different things I cycle through at Starbucks in terms of like the breakfast. Eventually, I'll get to the place where I can just wake up early and make my breakfast. I'm not there yet, but so I'm trying to be mindful of what I eat when I go to Starbucks in the morning before work. So it's either the egg white egg bites, the spinach feta wrap, and then occasionally it's like the turkey bacon egg muffin, I think. Now, of those three things, like, is there any one of them that like is better than the other ones?
Off the top of my head, I don't. They all sound like a healthier option compared to some of the things that are at Starbucks.
Yeah, I used to eat the double bacon croissant one, and I
Yeah.
don't eat that anymore.
So definitely, I would say like you should be able to input those into the app and determine which ones have the better calorie number. Now, here's a
Oh, yeah.
suggestion for you, and I want to just like kind of be the devil's advocate for you right now. I understand, you don't have, you have a newborn baby, you have a lot going on, you don't have time to get up and cook a full meal, right? You can go to Costco and you can buy a whole 30 box of turkey egg sandwiches, egg witches, right? We buy them all the time because they're easy for me and to get the kids ready, like first thing in the morning, getting the kids ready. It takes 60 seconds to microwave, right? So if you can squeeze 60 seconds into your morning while you're getting your day ready, you can now save yourself some money instead of spending the money at Starbucks. And you can get an immediate 17 grams of protein on something that still tastes good, and you can eat it on the go, on your way to work without having to ever stop at Starbucks, right? Another thing is you can actually buy the egg witches at Costco or Trader Joe's as well. Same thing. Those take 60 seconds to microwave. They're higher in protein. You can get, and they're easy on the go. You're going to save money in the long run. Those are like $1.50 a piece as opposed to like $4 at Starbucks.
Okay.
So I think so I use myself as an example. I invest probably 90% of the money I make through my business back into the business. So I don't make a lot of money. I don't keep a lot of money out of this business, right? I'm not in a place like the reality of it is most business owners don't actually make money for the first couple of years in business. And so I function on a very tight budget. So I buy Costco, I buy Trader Joe's, I buy in bulk. That's why I meal prep. I don't go out that often to eat. I won't go to Starbucks. I actually drink Folgers instant coffee, the same shit that I drank for 10 years in prison, right? Hot water, and I mix that shit up in the morning and I pound it down and get the party started, right? I'm cheap, right? Because I want to spend. I want to spend. I'll spend money. I'll spend my money on like my family and my kids. But like, I'm tight when it comes to things like that because I want to spend my money on different things. So this is where we get to like kind of take a look at that. It's okay. Do I want to go spend $10 at Starbucks, or do I want to make a cup of coffee at home that's lower in calories, higher in protein, and I can take it on the go and actually save the time it takes to go through that Starbucks line? And the same with the food, right? So those egg which sandwiches are a game changer. My kids love them too. So sometimes I'll get up and like make 4 egg witches. Two for the kids, one for me, one for my girl. We all get out the door and then, the party gets started,
Yeah. Okay.
Give me some
Thank you.
there.
Yes.
Perfect.
Sorry, I feel like I'm taking up all the time. My bad.
You're good. It's just you and Rose utilize this time. I know Rose always has her hand up. So she takes up most of the time anyway. So utilize some of this time.
Hi, Rose.
Appreciate you, Bianca.
All right, Rose.
Paul. Of course. What's up, Rose?
Hi, Bianca. So I just a little. What I do because I leave early in the morning and stuff, so I have enough time once I get to work to have breakfast. Like I make all my stuff in the morning. Well, I make on Sunday. I make a whole bunch, like a whole carton of egg whites, and scramble them, and then put them in the fridge, and then I have them every day. I have scrambled eggs every day, right? Scrambled eggs in whatever, like a veggie or something, whatever, or meat, chicken, whatever. And then I already have it. But I want to know about those egg sandwiches things. I want to get those because that sounds really good too. Because for my daughter, she's not exactly Miss Homemaker. She likes to eat, and she's off for the summer, so she could, I see that she did make some eggs today. I'm pretty impressed, but whatever. But what I want to say, I have this. Oops, how do I turn this around? Turn around? Is that it? Nope, that's not it. Oh, there it is. Right? So I have this. Can you see that?
Kind of.
Organic coconut sugar.
Okay.
And I got that for to substitute sugar. I haven't really tried it yet. As you can see, it's still full because I'm nervous about it, right? Like, ooh, I bake stuff for people and I want to make sure it still tastes good. But for the most part, it's very much low in calories. I got it at Trader Joe's. I think one of your recipes might have had it in it. That's why I probably got it. But how do you feel? Like, is that a better?
I've never had it. To be honest with you, I don't even personally eat a lot of sugar stuff.
Yeah.
I don't bake. Like my meals consist of protein, veggies, some carbs. Like that's when I'm dialed in, right?
Yeah.
But even when I'm not dialed in, like the closest, like maybe I'll have a cookie once in a blue moon, but like I don't, so I've never baked. I've never wanted to bake, so I've never I don't think we have any there's no sugar in my house. Like most people have like that thing of sugar somewhere. There's no sugar in my house. Like if I had to bake some shit, I wouldn't know what to do. Right? I'll just go. Rose, I'll hire you to bake it for me.
There you go. I'll be your baker.
so I know I don't know about the coconut sugar. I don't know anything about that one. I do know monk fruit sugar is a good option, right? And then once again, if we talk about things like saccharin or aspartame, right? The reality of it is they say that it's a carcinogen which means it can cause cancer if consumed in large quantities, right? Well, let's be realistic. You can die from drinking too much water, right? So if consumed in large quantities, I could chug too much water and die right here in front of you guys, right? So anything in too much could kill you, okay? That being said, finding that balance is important, finding that balance is key, right? So I actually would like you to try that sugar tonight or tomorrow. You don't have to do it tonight because I don't want to mess up your numbers, but try it tomorrow, and I want you to actually tell us how it is. And if you like it, maybe we can suggest it to other people in the group.
Okay. I took a taste of it, just tasted it, and it tasted just like freaking sugar. More like a brown sugar though, not like pure cane sugar. but it only has 30 calories per serving. It's really good. I mean, as far as the numbers go,
Mhm.
I don't use sugar in my coffee, but because I have it in my creamer already. But I will try tomorrow to do the premium powder and maybe put a little bit of that sugar in there because I can't stand black coffee. So I'll try that tomorrow just for you, just
There
for
you
you,
go.
Coach.
Perfect. Actually, it's just for you in the long run.
Yeah, or everybody actually,
Yeah,
if it's
yeah.
good, right? But yeah,
Perfect.
that's it. That's it. That's what I wanted to talk. Hi, Julissa.
Thanks, Rose.
Hi, sorry I'm late.
All good. You're
Uh,
next, Julissa.
Oh,
What's up?
well, I was gonna say I've actually had that sugar before and it's good. It's mild, but I have baked with it and if you're baking something light, it'll actually turn that brownish color. So if you want if you're baking something that's in a light color and you don't want it to change to a brown color, then don't use it. But it's mild. It is good. It's sugar, you know. But yeah, so sorry I hopped on late, but speaking of sugar and dessert, I just wanted to, or sweet things and having a sweet tooth, which I am one of those people that likes sweets and sugars, is with it being so hot the last few days, I had frozen bananas and I put them in a blender with milk because I like milk, and had it like that. And that was like having ice cream. And it was so good. And I was like, oh, this is okay. This is good. This is what I want.
Nice. And you know, like, I mean, you could throw a scoop of protein powder in there and make a milkshake.
Yeah. I wanted it more to be like ice cream. So it was thick. I put just a little bit of sugar. I mean, not sugar. I put a little bit of milk in there. Just that's it. And it was so good.
Just to change that consistency. I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
It's a great idea. I think Jenny has an actual ice cream maker and she's made protein ice cream in it.
Oh, that's a good idea. I believe I have an ice cream maker. I should try that and see,
Yeah.
and then add protein to give it more of a protein boost.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. We're gonna make some protein ice cream this summer. Awesome. Anybody else have anything? Awesome. Well, I appreciate those of you that showed up to tonight's call. Those of you that didn't show up to tonight's call, don't worry, the list will be in the caption. Make sure you comment replay down below. Let us know which of these swaps you're going to make in your life. And I hope that you all have an amazing rest of your Wednesday, and we'll talk soon.